Very interesting. I'm curious to know why though. Ah, beautiful Webby. He promised me some donuts, and he has done that beautifully. Thank you, Webby. Oh, he's a gem, honestly. But yeah, no, I have to say, I'm quite surprised to see that his teammate, Isabel 9000, down in 10th place, has decided to start on those soft compound tyres, whilst the rest of the grid have gone for the hards or the mediums.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting at the start here.
Hopefully be able to grab enough positions to capitalise on that. Do you want to take us for the first lap?
Oh, I'm just taking the big mouthful, but yes.
Good luck.
Alright, and away we go. Now, question mark. Here we go. What does he start looking like? A Red Bull at the back there's got a massive... Look, it's got a massive launch. Luke's just going to lead into turn 1 Webby. Unfortunately, has something's went wrong there. He hasn't had quite a good launch as he would like. Aorus is going to be side by side with Lewis though. But Lewis leads through turn 1 onto the back straight. Aorus falls down to P2. Nazar up to P3. Brilliant launch from the Red Bull. Webby is just falling down the grid.
Webby's left.
But there's a position. No. Hopefully he can get back in. We really don't want this championship fight to end like this.
But to a surprise, Lewis leads the race and Nazar's find himself up to 3rd place.
Lewis absolutely nailed that launch on the start. It was an absolutely beautiful launch. Almost just J-like launches, if you remember them. Webby has joined back, excellent, so he will regain position on in P6 there. And interestingly, I thought the media runners would get the best start. You know, yeah, barring Lewis, Panos, Nazar, Anatoly, all got brilliant starts, and our medium runners, you know, Webby, Fushi, Armin, and Lobster, you know, unfortunately not getting great starts. Now Lewis will be under pressure from Panos here as those hard tires get up to temperature. No, suffocating retard, and that will go on his record as a DNF.
How dare he?
I know. Absolutely terrible.
Now, whilst we get through this, it's over 9000 now getting past Fushy Wushy. Those soft compound tyres, unfortunately, this first lap hasn't worked beautifully in his favour. I think we have a ghosted car. I think Webby is still ghosted, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like Webby's crashed the game. As in the game's crashed, unfortunately.
Gotta love EA. Webby's back in the building. And 9000 now up into 8th place, fighting with Armin. And well before the braking zone, has managed to secure himself the 7th place now. He is the first driver to fall victim to track limits. Armin with the switch back into the final corner. He's got the inside line. Oh, where's the camera? There we go. It's over 9000 and Fushy Wushy through Armin, losing 2 positions there.
This is quite the battle here for P7.
Indeed it is, and Armin has got the base. He's going for an inside move. Braking. Into the corner. Plenty of space left by either driver. Now Armin recovering from the 2 positions lost, now gaining 2 positions in just 2 corners.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant racing.
Oh my god, they crashed! Armin and it's over 9000 have collided.
Just as I say, brilliant racing from this ride. Oh no.
Ended the race for the 2 of them.
Oh, that's really unfortunate for the guys. Didn't even get to see what happened there. Did you see what happened?
I saw it, but
the camera angle wasn't great, so
it wasn't great.
But
here we got Panos now under pressure from his teammate with those mediums. Yeah, when he climbs positions back up again, glad to see he's back racing.
Are they going to do team orders here, or is the team going to hold off? I mean, set plus laps.
I mean, Panos is pushing, he's going for an inside move on Lewis. He's taken the lead of the race well before the braking zone. Is Lewis going to lose 2 positions here? He is! That is Aston Martin positions 1 and 2 now. And Lewis is down into 3rd place. I was a brilliant start for Lewis, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
the Aston Martins had a brilliant tow, brilliant DRS straight, and taken the position from him.
Yeah, the team really taking advantage of where Lewis's car was placed there and following his teammate through. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see now what does the team do. Does he push his teammate? Does he just act as a rear guard? Let's see.
Panos now setting in purple middle sector. I think they're both pushing now. Nadim, the Minister of Defence that Panos has called for, is in a prime position, just waiting for his championship rival Webby to climb the ranks and fight.
Yeah, exactly. They're really going to want to start pushing away now. And break the DRS to the McLaren and Red Bull behind. They've got a little bit of space on its way in P5.
Webby now 0.3 behind. He's got DRS and Pushy Wishy ahead of him. He's got the move, and now Webby up into 6th place. Those mediums are really working for him. As now Nadim takes the lead of the race. Lewis is fighting for 2nd place, and he has it now. Panos has lost 2 positions.
That's really interesting. Or did the team attacking Panos cause him to lose an extra position? Maybe these guys aren't under orders and they're just going absolutely flat out to the end here.
I mean, all Panos has to do is outscore Webby by 2 points.
Yeah.
So, understandably so, that I think the Aston Martins would be free to fight to an extent where they don't push boundaries and possibly into each other.
Yeah, of course. And really, ideally, the team wants to get out in front. But at the same time, he may have caused his teammate to lose an extra position there. If you'd played it smart and pushed away from Lewis, broke the DRS, then you could use team orders later. But yeah, it promotes Lewis up to the screen for now. Panos is going to attack him again here. Oh, going to quite make it. But he's going to put the pressure on the McLaren here. Nazar is in that fight too. He wants to get interested as well.
He's alongside Panos is.
Going to do it.
Into the breakthrough zone, we have a green 1-2 all over again.
Yes, indeed. And now the question is it going to stay like that? Or is Panos going to try and get back on his teammate?
See, we've got Nazar closing in as well. This battle for 3rd place. Nazar on the hard combat tyres now 0.3 seconds behind Lewis. He will have DRS here. Will he be close enough, though, to try and make a move? I don't think he will be, but he certainly will have the pace coming down that final straight. Hello, Amethyst Racing. Now, Nazar, he will have the DRS. I don't think Lewis... No, Lewis was not close enough to Panos. Lewis cannot defend the Red Bull, and now Nazar up into the podium positions.
He's just a sitting duck there.
Very unfortunate for Lewis indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so the question is now can he use those medium tires to stay close to the middle, and pull himself along. I think that's really, at the moment, all Lewis can do really. The pace is maybe starting to switch over now. The medium certainly can go, a lot longer than this, but it's going to get more and more difficult now to extract the pace out of the mediums.
But look at the position changes. We've got Hen up 3 positions, and we've got the got a teammate Red Bull Miz and Zotac up 2 places, up to 10th and 11th respectively. Nazar up to P3 and Nadim up into P1. I mean, a brilliant start for Nadim, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, here we go. This is a beautiful angle.
Give me helicam all the time.
I just wish we had the ACC selection.
Yep. That would just be absolutely goat tier.
Yeah, it is. We've actually. Oh no, I thought we had a fight at the back, but unfortunately, it's up 9000. Found himself spinning through the S's and now into the wall again.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Alpha Man. He can keep going anyway, because it's certainly not over it. You know, there's still points on the table. You can make up a few positions.
And to note as well, with Webby back, Webby just 2 laps ago was 5.5 seconds back from Anatoly ahead of him. Now Webby's 4 seconds back. So in 2 laps, he's gained about 1.5 seconds on those medium tyres. If I remember correctly, I think Anatoly is on the hards. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. I don't think it's quick enough though.
We're in that crossover.
Webby needs to be making a lot more progress at this stage and really use up those mediums. Well, yeah, it's going to be tough to say. But Webby is basically he's got a lot of work to do now.
Oh, Panos still all over the gearbox. I mean, on my screen it looks very cloudy right now. I have had to turn down the graphics because last couple of races where we've had dry to wet, like Silverstone was the last instance where this happened, my game said no when the rain started to crash down. So hopefully I've changed my graphic settings to the right options and we won't have that issue. We're going to watch the clean racing into the transition period for the new weather now. Webby 3.5 seconds behind Anatoly. Still a 3-way fight for first place Nadim with the current tyre advantage. I believe it's, what, 12 laps, would you say? 12 to 15 laps for mediums to compare to all of the cliff?
Yeah, I would say 12 to 15 is probably within the window. It was maximum 60. You know, so we're about halfway through that at the moment. But those mediums have certainly got to start feeling not so hot just right now.
Nadim now, he is under pressure from 2 drivers, his teammates, and Nazar in the Red Bull, both with DRS, both streaming past him. Nadim now down into 3rd place, and Panos managed to defend quite brilliantly on the inside line there for the first couple of corners, and now has the lead of the race. Nadim as well now with a 3-second time penalty. Now this could be a horrible, could go horribly, in favour of Alfa Romeo, because if that 3-second time penalty, Webby could gain position if he's within the right gap, as it's over 9000 unfortunately retiring from pits. It is, I mean, it's Mexico.
Формула-1 подчеркивание видеокибе. Привет, чат для пользователей с подтвержденной учетной записью. МИИ-6.
Discord, Formula 1 underline. DDD YouTube square bracket.
Right, so my game just froze, so I'm guessing we have a weather change now. I have the superpower of a game freezing.
Okay, I think that's it. I can see it is raining.
It's raining on lap 11.
So everyone that has the mediums absolutely called it. Lap 11,
this is amazing. Anatoly already in the pits. I think it might be a bit too early though.
Massively from this, I don't know. I think he might have.
It is perfect. Demir Chug with 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Red Bull going for a double stack.
Oh my days. Anatoly pushy ahead. Mayor Chug, Mitzi close. all in the pits for intermediates. That switched over so quickly.
I'm so glad my game froze
GG
next.
собака
We were able to
Formula
recognize
1
that.
подчеркивание DDO to be. You just advanced to level 3.
Oh my goodness. And unfortunately, Webby missed out on being able to hit it. And actually, he's lost out a lot of time, I think. While struggling in these conditions. Oh, Thanos really struggling to get the power down as well. Oh, they're all really struggling. But they're all going to dive into the pits now.
But see now, Nadim is in a tricky spot. Nadim's going to lose a lot of positions here.
Nadim's really going to hurt from this.
Webby is struggling so much he can't get it. He can't get the power through the...
Oh, Webby has lost so much time as a result of that, unfortunately. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Lewis then does make the pass on Nadim. Now, we're all on the same tyres, and we have no DRS. Oh,
now down to driver skills. Now I'm curious, how many drivers do you think went for a wet setup instead of a dry setup in the race?
Yeah, I would say probably quite a few, so this is going to be quite a struggle. I did see a couple of drivers that had a lot of top speed on the straight. They're really going to hurt now. Wow, the race now.
The team's lost a lot less time than I expected him to lose from that double stack.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad. I wondered, did he back off a little bit on entry into the pits? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh! He's lost a lot of time there, though. Correcting a bit of a slide. But unfortunately, one of the drivers that has lost the most in that is Webby. Webby down to P9 in this transition phase. And it looks like he really doesn't like these conditions. That car not handling very well at all, and he's going to lose another position.
I think Nadim's had another big moment. He's now under pressure from Anatoly behind him, pitting perfectly for when the rain came in.
Oh, Anatoly absolutely called that. He might get himself into P4 here then as a result.
Wait a minute, Nadim's on the front wing!
Oh no! I do.
I've only just noticed this now!
Yeah.
What has happened to the other Aston Martin driver?
Made contact with the wall.
And he's somehow managing to maintain his position at the moment, which is quite impressive. Now going through the S's. Oh, what? Now going through the S's.
Our gap to the car in front is 6.4 seconds.
Anatoly now all over the gearbox of Nadim with no front wing. Around 20 seconds is a pit stop there, so Nadim will find himself quite a way down as my phone alarm now decides to go off in the middle of the race. Thank you.
Yeah, could he even potentially lose position to Lobster here, I wonder? Gonna drop considerably. He's not gonna pit. He's not pitting! He has to pit. There's no way you can continue unless it's a graphical glitch.
Unless? I don't think so. It can't be a graphical glitch. I've never seen a graphical glitch such as that.
No, neither have I. Yeah. But in all fairness, Anatoly is not really catching him now. And it doesn't look like it's understeering that badly. He's losing lots of time to lose, though. Don't really understand it.
Perhaps he's sticking out just on the no front wing. maybe he's got the pace to be able to manage it somehow. I'd say, if he is managing that, then that's impressive. With no
Yeah,
front wing.
it shouldn't be able to, but Anatoly has dropped outside 1 second. So, yeah, something strange going on here anyway. Not quite sure. It's given Lewis a lot of breathing space either way. Oh, here we go. No, I think he does have wing damage. Anatoly just goes right up onto the high speeds. Oh, he's not going.
I think the Minister of Defence is just gonna stick out and deal with it. Not that he has to, unfortunately, as Webby finds himself still in 10th place, now 1.5 seconds back from Miz. I think if anything, Nadim's sticking out just to try and maintain as many points, or defend as many points as possible.
Yeah.
I can already hear the screams and the cries from the Alfa Romeo team principals.
Yeah.
I completely understand their pain.
Yep.
I'm sure Nadim is absolutely staying quiet, but cheering through this treacherous time of racing without front wing for his driver up into pole position, into first place, sorry. I do love a bit of rain racing. Unfortunately, there's so many time gaps between everyone on the grid today that it's very difficult to catch up now. I mean, in those circumstances where the team has no front wing, that's the only fight we've got now.
Yeah. Well, weather generally tends to increase those skill gaps. So, it's a little bit unfortunate. When it did work out here today, as Jug boxing.
No, tiring from the session.
Tiring from the session. He was up there in P8, ready to get points, but deciding to retire from the session. So, interesting.
All but one driver now will receive a point at the end of this race.
Yes, indeed. One lobster, my man. Keep going. In fact, if Dean doesn't decide to box sometime soon, he could lose too much time. Whenever the rest of the grid does decide to overtake him, but he should be seconds a lap slower. This makes no sense.
Indeed, big W for the team for somehow managing to keep his position.
Yeah. I mean,
I still understand.
Yeah, earlier in the game cycle, it definitely was relatively easy to keep the same pace with, like yellow wing damage. But the amount of pace lost was increased, so stop. Yeah, makes no sense. But again, that's always losing time to him here.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Back to the front of the grid though, NASA still 1.4 seconds behind. He is slowly chipping away.
He's hanging in there. He's not letting Panos get comfortable. If Nazar can keep this pace up, he might be able to force Panos into an error. I don't think he's got the pace to just outright beat him. But if he can just stay close, a time penalty could decide this.
ringing on stream. I forgot I had an application open and I got a phone call.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 12.4 seconds.
I wonder, the question now, I suppose, is who, if anyone, can take these intermediates to the end. It's not something we really considered at the start here. It was really, who can take their tires to the rain, put on the inters, and then go to the end. But these tires last to the end, we've got 16 laps to go, and we've already had 6 or 7 laps put on these intermediate tires. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how far these guys can go on these. Is anyone else going to have to box again?
Do we even know how long it takes for intermediates to drop off?
Not at the moment, not off the top of my head. I'm really, I think it's less about the pace dropping off and more about puncture risk. If you, even if you're a little bit slower, but your tires don't puncture, I think you'll be able to keep someone behind. But if your tires are going to puncture, you need to box.
Gap to the car in front is
If you risk it, you're just going to drop so many positions. We've got 16 laps really to find out, how far these tires are going to go. And you know what? The team might actually be the one that struggles the most because he's got to be scrubbing the life out of those tires. Quite literally.
okay, the car behind's catching you at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Be aware.
I would say we're definitely in that interesting stage of the race where nothing happens because we have to wait for something exciting to happen. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is where rain races can be quite frustrating. But I think if we had wet to dry races, then it gets real interesting.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Then the grid is mixed up at the start, and then you've got the dry race. But also, indeed, it can be interesting as well. I mean, Tier 3 was certainly very entertaining. But
What, calling me Mazepin? Was that entertaining?
yes, that was very entertaining. I really
How
enjoyed that.
could you?
But I mean, this is racing.
Okay, Massey.
Sometimes it ends up where you have little boring spells. But still we've had some great stories being told today. Lewis making an absolutely brilliant start and managing his race well, not making too many mistakes, and now he's in prime position to try and score the podium here. Mitzi coming in here and actually scoring some Tier 2 points on their debut. So let's see. It's still a lot to play for here.
6/10 consistently behind Anatoly, who once was fighting Nadim for position.
Yeah, this is really interesting. You know, Anatoly keeps catching up in this high-speed section, but through the low-speed stuff, the team somehow just seems able to be able to stay ahead, you know, and hold on to that P4. It won't be P4 at the end of the race because of that 3-second time penalty, but you know, he's still doing a very interesting job, and potentially he's actually really helping Webby, you know, to catch up to this pack, maybe gain some positions. So yeah, the team actually could be helping out his rival. Now the Red Bull from Mitzi then has caught up to this pack, so now you've got 3 cars that are going to battle behind the sprint car of the team. Can anyone make their way through and attempt to pass here? Mitzi does. Getting past Wishy then. Yellow flag. That is Nadim. Then making a mistake there. Losing traction. I wonder if he cooked those tires. Probably
might be the tax box.
Yeah. Potentially overheating those tires as a result of having downforce. So he just had to push the car harder. So yeah, I think you're right. It's time now to come in and hit. But that promotes Anatoly then up to P4. It's challenging for that though. Yeah, Webby up to P7 as well.
Oh, Nadim just to... Oh, okay, he's retired.
Yeah, so Nadim then choosing to retire from that race. That then does mean that if the rest of the drivers finish the guaranteed points today, so as long as they keep pushing on, everyone can get points. Anatoly
Still great teamwork for Nadim.
Yeah.
He may not be scoring points anymore, he certainly has helped build up a gap. And now, for any reason Webby does manage to get to 5th place, he still has then 29 seconds to catch up before even contending for 2nd place.
Yeah, you know, I think barring a mistake from Thanos here, he's got this under control. You know, he's got Nazar right there behind him, you know, keeping the pressure on, but you know, I think Thanos has got enough in the pocket as Mitzi tries a move down the inside into the stadium section. Not going to happen there, but they're going to be side by side to the next corner. They don't make contact. A little bit. Okay, a little bit of tire rubbing, and the Red Bull man does make his way through then. Fushi can potentially take advantage here as well. Anatoly is in the slipstream. So Fushi's not going to get through on this occasion.
Now, the only information I have for you on the pit stop is in the dry you can lose 21 to 22 seconds for a pit stop.
Yes.
But that's in the dry. In the wets, you're probably looking at, I'd say, 25, maybe 26 in a stretch. Webby now coming very close to this fight between Fishy Wishy and Anatoly.
Yeah, and just as we say that, unfortunately, yeah, Webby leaving the session.
I really hope, now this is me being very hopeful, but EA can fix their games. We don't have this kind of problem.
Yeah. The amount of pain it's caused is just unbelievable. You know, Yeah. It's disappointing. But well, we can hope, you know. And yeah, talking about hope, Nazar, almost within 1 second of Panos there. To go in this race. We've got 13 and 14 laps on these intermediate tires. We might see some pit stops soon if these tires are not going to make it to the end, or if it's low enough wear, we might see some drivers risking it. On the pit lane. Nazar is much closer now. Panos maybe not quite having everything under control here. Either that or Nazar has dumped all of his ERS to try and get close to the Aston man.
Should Webby's disconnected, I think, 3 or 4 times down this race.
Yeah.
At the start of the race, it lost him, I think, about 5, maybe 6 positions, basically right off the line. So he's been racing this this entire session on his back foot. Honestly, it's not gone his way at all.
Yeah, he has, unfortunately. Yeah.
I'll definitely encourage him to write a report towards EA because
yes, most definitely. That will most definitely be big in penalty marks.
That's being generous. I already said 5 billion.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this helicam. It's beautiful.
Oh, we do love the helicam.
Webby now, 0.6 seconds behind Bushy Wushy. Sister team versus sister team. I'll be interested to know if there is team orders between the two teams. We'll have to see now as Webby, going down the main straight, will have, hopefully, the advantage. Whilst there is no GRS, maybe he's got enough ERS to fight this. He's only on 22%. Bushy Wushy on the other hand with 46, and plenty to defend for Bushy Wushy. But now there goes Webby into the first corner. Webby now up into 6th place. Beautiful overtake for the Alfa Romeo driver. Now, whilst you can still fight in contention, possibly for a podium. Certainly, still good points on the table for the constructors. In fact, has the constructors been guaranteed in someone's favour?
I think in tier 2, yes. Let me just.
Tier 2, Aston Martin. No, Aston Martin 172, Alpine 172, and Alfa Romeo with 162.
Yeah, that's right. This one is open to everyone. So Nasser deciding to pit them, and I can see why. Absolutely free pit stop. He's gonna have loads of space. No problem at all. He's got lovely fresh tires on, and now he might be able to undercut Panos, or push Panos into making a mistake of risking a puncture.
So, something to note. Nazar was 1.5 seconds back coming out the pits. He's now 21, nearly 22 seconds. So it looks as though he's managed to park his car beautifully for the pit limiter line and lost lost no time in the wet compared to the dry stop.
Yeah, so he's absolutely nailed that. So now we just got to watch that the ticker and see what kind of gap happens over the next couple of laps. It could depend on whether Panos pits here or not. If he doesn't, then Nazar's going to have the...
He doesn't.
He doesn't, so Nazar's going to have a little bit of time now to try and close that gap and potentially exercise the undercut. He's already cutting it down as half a second. He's already cut out of the lead. I don't think he's going to catch up, you know, if Panos' tires do hold on. But if
Лукас, какого хрена ты там лазишь? Вылези оттуда.
where they puncture, yeah, Nazar could be off for the win here. I mean, I think it was an easy decision to take. Nazar, I don't think, had the pace to overtake directly on track, and he had the free pit stop behind, so why not risk it, put on the new tyres, and then push, and then you put the ball in your opponent's court.
Certainly a good track speed.
Yeah, for sure. And good news from Lobster. He's been driving a lonely race this race, but he's right on the gearbox at Pulse now, and looks like he's going to make the move. Lobster will be happy he's actually seeing someone this race. Appreciate actually catching up to someone. He's going to send it down the inside. Gives him the space. Going to be side by side through turn 2 though, and 3. But, okay, Williams held it round the outside.
What a dive and what a move!
Wow.
Into
That
the
is-
blaze.
That is an Autosis move if ever I have seen one. I think that was a case of, oh no, I have braked too late, I'm going to have to try and overtake. And oh, that worked. I think Lobster was just as surprised as we all were with that one. Yeah, very, very interesting. Webby is going to try and overtake Anatoly here, get himself up to P5. It goes a long way.
He's got the inside line, and he's got the position. Beautiful move. Anatoly fights him back, he's got the inside line.
Anatoly has the inside for turn 3.
And gap to the car in front is 2.1
Webby's
seconds.
going to have to concede for this lap. Six to go, and Nazar has the gap down to 19.9 seconds to the lead. If Panos boxes now, he's almost guaranteed to come out behind the Red Bull. Oh, that's not the line there, Webby. That's the uber wide line.
Wishy back in this fight as well now.
He is. And he's going to want to try and use this battle ahead.
The car ahead.
See if he can overtake on Anatoly. They've been battling all race long.
Just 4.5 laps to go now. A three-way battle, 5th place, all of whom have no penalties. The only drivers with penalties are Miz with 15 seconds of penalties.
Oh my days.
So Miz will actually find himself, what is that, down to P5?
So, Anatoly might be able to still get P4 here.
Hen and Zotac at the back there, unfortunately, with 9 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, interesting. We saw there in Tier 3 yesterday, quite a lot of drivers, in fact the majority of the grid, had track limit penalties.
You're welcome, I had the most, 17 seconds. You're welcome.
You were a complete meme lord. Yeah, it seemed that the track limits were extremely difficult on this track, but Tier 2 guys handling it very, very well indeed.
No pressure, man, but you gotta beat this now, Tier 1. No track limit warnings for you.
Oh, no track limit warnings. You know I am the track limit king. I always get track limit warnings.
And penalties.
Yes. But
Not much of a challenge, but try and beat 17 seconds. Go on.
Well, if I tried to do it, I probably wouldn't be able to, yeah.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Back then, the vast majority of drivers are going to try to take this right to the end with these intermediate tires. I'd love to know what the wear rate is on everyone's tires. Is anyone close to puncture territory? Certainly looks like the tires are getting very difficult to handle. Maybe getting a little bit sideways on the throttle a few times.
For Panos. Oh wait, no, you're what's it called, the McLaren engineer. So 40% for Lewis on 21 lap old Inters.
Yeah, so it's not like
no one's gonna pit, not unless they spin and heat those tires up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we're going to see more risk of punctures then. I think
the slick intermediates.
We're not going to see slick intermediates, unfortunately. No. I think Nasser, he had to make that pit stop. He had to do something to try and get the win here, and it's given us at least a little bit of interesting strategy for the race. But yeah, due to the low tire wear, it looks like it's not really going to happen for him today, unless Vanos really has pushed those tires far too hard.
Jay reckons you can do almost a full race on Inters.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common for most. Yellow flag there, or I think that was, yep, and making a mistake, and gets back underway. So thankfully it's not another DNF, we're still going to have 10 runners in this race.
Nazar, how are you messaging in the chat and racing?
My days.
Are you texting and driving, sir?
How dare you? There's no text and drive. Don't text and drive, kids.
But teach me the ways, please. That spicy food getting to you.
Yep.
Good.
What's really getting to me is that Heavy doesn't seem to be able to make an attack on Anatoly here. We'll see a little bit of a battle, but yeah, maybe he's close, but just not close enough.
I would love to learn this power, honestly. Sinead, maybe if you learn it, because you're the best of all of us, you can teach me.
What part is this?
The power of text-speed driving.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh! Pretty tapping the rear tire of, Webby, sorry. Tapping the rear tire of Anatoly. Thankfully, contact didn't do anything. So, result in a spin out.
I hope you mean a non-alcoholic drink then, Nazar. Because you're breaking two laws at once then, if this was real life driving.
And if it's alcoholic,
Stay hydrated though, kids.
Yes, do stay hydrated.
This one, another time penalty. Now up to 18 seconds.
Ouch.
So Webby will now be... Oh, Webby's got 3 seconds.
Unfortunate for the Alpha Man. So even if he does make it past Anatoly, he's not really going to be able to make up enough time. It's unfortunate that the championship contention, didn't really go down to the wire. The fact that these guys made it to the final race 1 point apart, it just goes to show how hard these guys are pushing. And it's amazingly competitive, wonderful to see. But it's been Panos' day.
It really has been. I mean, Nazar, his Webby goes very wide there. Nazar, as you mentioned in the chat, he paid for the memes, but I mean, it was also probably the best call. As you mentioned, at that time as Webby, what's happened to Webby there?
Unfortunate. And Panos, doing a little loop at the end there, beautiful stuff, lovely donut right at the end. Panos then wins and is our Tier 2 champion for Season 4, barring anything from Stewart's review. But I think that was absolutely perfectly clean from Panos today. He just controlled that from start to finish. Nazar then brings it home P2. Looks like Lewis is going to be able to bring it home P3 here then. And does. So Lewis, with that amazing start right at the very start of the race, he is going to be on that podium. So absolutely brilliant result from McLaren. Double points finish for McLaren here today, with Lobster getting himself 2 points there. Anatoly gets promoted up to P4. Mitzi then finishes P5. Webby, as a result of those time penalties, doesn't quite make it past Mitzi, so is gonna have to settle for P6. Fushy Wushy P7. Hen's gonna be P8. Lobster P9, and Pulse going away with the final point here in Mexico.
Webby really did go exploring there. I want to